Hello friends, welcome to our channel. In this lecture, I would like to explain another example based on the topic flexibility matrix method. So already I solved some of the examples based on the stiffness matrix methods. So already we people know the what is stiffness. So stiffness matrix is here stiffness will be equal to force per unit displacement. So where stiffness will be denoted with K and here force with F and displacement with delta. Therefore, K will be equal to F by delta. And what about this flexibility? So flexibility will be equal to inverse of the stiffness means 1 by K. Therefore, 1 by again this F by delta in terms of in place of K F by delta, that one will be equal to delta by F, where delta will be the displacement, F is the force. Again you please denote flexibility with some P or any other value. Therefore P will be equal to delta by F. So stiffness will be equal to force per unit displacement, flexibility will be equal to displacement per unit force. So just inverse of the stiffness. You please remember these two formula. Based on this formula we will simplify this equation. Okay, see here P will be equal to, so here already you people know while solving stiffness matrices our basic unknowns are the displacements, but while solving flexibility matrix method your basic unknowns are forces. So based on the degree of forces we have to find this displacement. So based on the degree of static indeterminacy we are going to find these unknown forces. Already people know degree of static indeterminacy for a particular beam, reactions minus available equilibrium equations, you will get that unknown forces. Again see here our basic unknowns are the forces, therefore I am taking this F this side. So I am sending this F this side and again this P this side. Therefore F will be equal to delta by P. Again simplify that one, P inverse into delta. So I am taking in the form of matrix, F will be equal to P inverse into delta. Again this delta can be written as delta 1 minus delta L. F will be equal to P inverse into delta 1 minus delta 1L. So this is the general equation for solving the flexibility matrix method. So your basic unknowns are the forces, therefore F equal to flexibility matrix, P equal to flexibility matrix into displacement. Displacement can be written as delta 1 minus delta 1L. So what is this delta 1? So this delta 1 will be the net displacements in coordinate directions 1, 2, 3, 4 etc. For example, if it will be 3 by 3 matrix means net displacement in coordinate directions 1, 2, 3 etc. And what about this delta 1L? This delta 1L will be the displacements at coordinates due to the applied loads in released structure. Again remember that one, displacements at coordinates due to the applied loads in the released structure, means this delta 1L will based on the applied loads, means whatever the applied loads on the question, based on that you will get that delta 1L. But this delta 1 will be the net displacements. So overall delta can be written like this, delta 1 minus delta 1L. So this is the general equation for the flexibility matrix method. Then see the question. So this is your question. So our first step is to find the degree of static indeterminacy. So see here A, B, C. So this is a continuous beam I am taking here, this one will be D and this one will be E. Okay. So what is degree of static indeterminacy here? So degree of static indeterminacy will be equal to reactions minus available equilibrium equations. This small r represents available equilibrium equations. This r represents total number of reactions. See here, whenever on a continuous beams, whenever a vertical loading is given, we are neglecting horizontal forces. Therefore, two reactions, one will be vertical reaction, another will be movement at A. Therefore, totally two reactions at A. Similarly, one vertical reaction at B and one vertical reaction at C. Therefore, totally there will be four reactions. Minus how many available equilibrium equations here? Available equilibrium equations, we are neglecting horizontal forces, means sum of the horizontal forces, means sigma h will be equal to 0 here. Therefore, your available equilibrium equations here will be 2. That will be sigma v will be equal to 0 and again sigma m will be equal to 0. Therefore, 4 minus 2 will be equal to 2. So, therefore, degree of static indeterminacy will be equal to 2, means these two are the unknown forces. So, here you will get two unknown forces. So whenever you will get two unknown forces, means there will be 2 by 2 matrices to solve this problem. So already I told you what is the formula. Flexibility will be equal to, so your formula will be this one. See here, this is your formula. F equal to P inverse into delta 1 minus delta 1. So this is the general equation. So if you will get 1 degree of static indeterminacy, means one unknown forces, so directly this equation will be enough to solve the flexibility matrices. But here you will get two unknown forces. Therefore, I am simplifying, this will be in the form of 2 by 2 matrices. F1, F2 are the two unknown forces. That one will be equal to P11, P12, P21, P22. Again, so take down, this is in the form of inverse. Again, delta 1 minus delta 1L. Similarly, delta 2 minus delta 2L. See here, this is your 2 by 2 matrices formula. Okay, for example, sometimes you will get your if you will get degree of static indeterminacy will be equal to 3. At that time, you will simplify this formula in terms of 3 by 3 matrices, that is F1, F2, F3 are the three unknown forces. Similarly, this one will be in 3 by 3 matrices P11, P12, P21, P22, P23. Sorry, here P11, P12, P13, P21, P22, P23. Similarly, P31, P32, P33. Again, this delta 1, delta 2, delta 3 minus delta 1L, delta 2L, delta 3L. Like that, how many, based on how many unknown forces, we can simplify that formula. For example, if it will be 1, means this equation will be, general equation will be enough to solve the problem. For example, if it will be 2 by 2 matrices, you can simplify that one in the form of 2 by 2 matrices. Again, if it will be in the form of 3 by 3 matrices, you please simplify that one in the form of 3 by 3 matrices. Similarly, in the 4 by 4 and 5 by 5 matrices. But maximum scope, there is a chance of asking 3 by up to 3 by 3 matrices in your semester examination. So I will continue this problem. So this is your general equation. So after that, I am going to select the coordinate positions. So this is your beam, general beam. So this is your beam. So for this one, I am selecting the coordinate positions. See here. See here, this is a beam. A, and here it will be B, and here it will be C. So here I am selecting the coordinate positions. So our first coordinate positions will be here, it will be 1. At B position I am selecting one coordinate position. Similarly at C I am selecting another coordinate position. So this one will be taken as first one, and this one will be 2. Okay, so our two coordinate positions, one will be at A, another will be at, so one will be at B, another will be at C. So therefore they are two coordinate positions. So there is a chances of selecting the coordinate positions at A also. Why? Because at A there is a chances of selecting one vertical reaction or else one movement. But according to our convenient, I am selecting the coordinate positions. So here there will be total 4 reactions. So in the 4 reaction positions you can select it anywhere. It is according to your wish. So here I am selecting two coordinate positions. One will be at B, another will be at C. These two are the coordinate positions, one at B, another will be at C. Okay. Again, for solving flexibility matrices method, we can use various method. So that is moment area method, unit load method. But for solving by using moment area method, so for complicated problems, for example, any combination of the loads will be given UDL along with the point load. At that time, it will be somewhat difficult. That is the reason I am taking on the basis of unit load method. I am solving this problem. So for that I am taking one table here. So again this portion will be D, E. So based on that one I am taking that one. So I am drawing the table. So after drawing this table, so I am rating this one as portion. Again this one has origin point, this one has limits, and this one will be capital M, and this one will be small m1, and this one will be small m2. So if you see here, what are the portions in the span? So the AD will be one portion, similarly DB will be another portion, similarly BE will be another portion, similarly EC will be another portion. Therefore our portions will be here AD, similarly DB, BE, again EC. And what are the origin points? So you please remember always in the AD you please take down last value DB B, EC BE E and EC C. So it is very convenient if you take origin points which is the next value. In the AD you can take down A, D. Similarly here B, E and here C. Again what are the limits? Limits will be here we are taking origin point is this one and from here to here span length will be 5 meters. So 0 to 5. Your limits will be 0 to 5. Similarly here we are taking in the DB position 0 is your limit and span length will be 5. Here 0 to 5. Therefore taking 0 to 5. In the same way at E it will be 0, span length will be 5 meters. Therefore 0 to 5. In the same way in the EC span here it will be 0 and E will to 5. So in the EC span C is the origin point and span length EC will be 5 meters. So 0 to 5 is your limit. I am taking this one 0 to 5. And what about this M? So M is the moment which can be obtained by the given loading conditions. M is the moment which can be obtained by using given loading conditions. And what about this M1? This M1 will be this first unknown force moment and M2 based on the second unknown force moment. Then go for the M1. So given loading, based on the given loading condition. So our first step is, so you please observe one by one and step by step. Here in this span AD, I am considering a section XX. Here I am considering a section XX at a distance of X from D because my origin point is D. For that reason only I am considering a section XX. This is XX section at a distance of X from this D. Because my origin point is 0, therefore I am considering a section XX at a distance of X from D. Then here I am in the portion of AD, therefore I am resolving entire given loadings up to that portion. Okay, see here it will be 24 kilonewton and this one will be 12 kilonewton. So resolve this one up to the section XX. So 24 into this distance X. So because we are considering up to that section distance as X, 24 into X, here it will be rotating clockwise towards X section. Therefore I am taking clockwise movement as positive, that is 24X. Again here in the portion AD there will be one more force. So I am resolving this force up to the section XX. 12 into this distance 5 plus 5 10, again this distance will be X. 12 into 10 plus X. So here plus 12 into 10 plus X. So this is your first loading condition. Okay, 24 into X plus 12 into 10 plus X. Okay, then I am going to the DB position. So I am going to the DB position. Again B is your origin point. So here I am considering a section XX. Section XX at a distance of X from B. Okay, then I am resolving the entire forces up to that section. So already this force will be in the left side. So we are taking only after cutting the section right side forces. So there will be one force which is 12 kilonewton. So I am resolving this force from here to here. So that is 12 into 5 plus x in the BC position. 12 into 5 plus x. So this is also clockwise towards x. Therefore I am taking positive. And again go to the BE position. Again here I am considering section xx at a distance of x from E, and again I am resolving the force up to that section x. See here 12 into x in the portion BE, I am resolving that force 12 into x. I am considering only right side forces. And again go to the EC portion. So if you go to the EC portion, see here whether there will be any right side forces. So my origin point is 0, even though I am considering any section on the span from the origin point. So here your origin point is 0. I am considering any section xx at a distance of x from 0, means origin point. See, there is no right side forces to resolve here. Therefore, you won't get any forces in the EC portion. Therefore, you please take down that one as 0 or else no value. Okay. So this is the pure loading conditions. M is based on the pure loading conditions. So please consider a section in the portion AD and resolving the entire forces, whatever right side it will be acting on that particular span. And again in the DB position, please consider a section XX from the origin point, and again consider all the forces up to that origin up to that section XX. Similarly, while talking about the BE position, consider a section XX at a distance of x from the origin point, which is E here, and again resolve that forces whatever coming right side up to that section. So all these values will be this one, and I am going to the next point, that is pure loading conditions, which is M1 M2. Then we will discuss about the M1 and M2. So see here, already you people know there will be various portion. So here it will be D and here it will be E. So first we will talk about the M1 forces. So therefore I am removing this M2. See here, in the same way we have to resolve the forces in the particular spans AD, DB, BE and EC. So here there will be AD portion. Therefore I am considering a section XX at a distance of, I am considering a section XX at a distance of x from the origin point D. So in the AD position, D is your origin. From D I am considering a section XX at a distance of x from the D, and I am resolving the entire forces whatever coming on the right side. So each and every span will be 5 meters only. This one also 5 meters, this one also 5 meters, and this one also 5 meters. So I am resolving this force up to this section. So force into distance is the moment. So force into distance, that is 1 into x. So this is acting clockwise, anti-clockwise towards x. So this will be acting anti-clockwise towards the section x. Therefore I am taking here negative. Again unit force is 1 into what is the distance here, 5 plus x. Up to here it will be 5 and this distance will be x. 1 into 5 plus x minus 1 into 5 plus x. So I am taking here minus 1 into 5 plus x. Similarly, while talking about the BD portion, again here I am considering a section xx at a distance of x from the origin point B. From here to here it will be the distance of x, and again I am resolving this force up to this section x in the dB position. While talking about the dB position, here again this force will be acting anti-clockwise towards the section x, therefore minus 1 into x. Up to here it will be 1 into x, therefore I am taking minus 1 into x. 1 into x or directly x will be x only. And what about BE portion and EC portion? So there will be no forces on the right side. After cutting the section, there will be no forces on the right span, therefore no need to take these two moments. You will get 0 and 0 here. Why? Because even though if I will consider a section here, there will be no forces to resolve, therefore I am taking directly 0 here. Then go to the M2 moment. So already we simplified M1 moments. Here I am taking M2 moments. So what are the portions here? D, here it will be E. Each span distance will be 5 meters only. And again talking about the portion AD, again we are considering a section, same procedure, section so the section will be xx at a distance of x from the origin point D. So our origin point is D. I am considering a section in the portion AD. Then I am resolving this force up to this section. See here I am resolving this force into this distance. So force is one unit force. So this is the second coordinate position, but each and everywhere we have to take only 1 unit force only. Okay, this is the second coordinate position, but I am taking 1 unit force. Therefore 1 into this distance, 1 into 5 plus 5, 10, 15 plus x. So up to here the distance will be 15 plus x. So which is acting anti-clockwise towards x. Therefore I am taking here minus 1 into 15 plus x. No need to take 1 here, directly take down 15 plus x also. Okay. Then again what is our next step? So our next step is directly, see here I am considering a section xx at a distance of x from the origin point B, and again this I am resolving this force up to this section x. Force into distance means 1 into 5 plus 5, 10 plus x. minus 1 into 10 plus x. I am taking directly 10 plus x. Similarly, I will consider a section in the span BE from the origin point E. See here. So I am considering a section xx at a distance of x from the origin point E. Then I am resolving this force means 1 into 5 plus x means 1 into 5 plus x, or directly take down 5 plus x. Again, what is our EC position? For EC portion, I am considering a section xx xx at a distance of x from the origin point C. Therefore, minus 1 into x, which is minus x. I am taking this one directly. So this is your procedure for finding the flexibility matrix methods. All these are the various movements acting on that particular portions. Okay, so based on this, you can simplify the problems. See here, you please remember all these values. So this is the very important procedure. If you know how to simplify all these movements, so the remaining things will be very easy. So already we people know the formula. F1 F2 will be equal to P11 P12. So what is the formula? P1 F1 F2 will be equal to P11 P12 P21 P22 inverse delta 1 delta 2 minus delta 1L delta 2L. So these are the unknown forces. Finally, we have to find these two values. And what about this P11, P12, P21, P22, delta 1, delta L, 1L, delta 2, delta 2L. So you please remember some formulas I will mention here. See here. So we are talking about this delta 1L and delta 2L. So what are the formulas for the delta 1L? So based on the strain energy formulas, this delta 1N will be equal to integral of 0 to L capital M M1 by EI into dx. So which is the summation of the particular value. Similarly, delta 2L will be equal to integral of 0 to L M M2 by EI into dx. So this is the formula for that particular values. Again, what about this small P11? So this P11, P12, P22, P21, P22. So this P11 will be equal to the integral of 0 to L. So this P11 based on the flexibility matrices, which is M1 M1 by EI into dx, or else you can take down directly M1 square by EI into dx, which is small m1. Again, this P21 equal to P12, that one will be equal to 0 to L M1 M2 by EI into dx. For example, while talking about P21 P12 M1 M2, while talking about P21 M2 M1. So if you simplify any one P21 or P12, you will get the same value. And then talking about the P22, the formula will be sigma 0 to L m2 by EI into dx. So why I am taking the sigma value here means there will be various portion. For each and every portion I will add this same formula. Okay. Therefore m2 by EI into dx, or else you can take down this formula directly, m2 square by EI into dx. So please remember these formulas. I will show how to apply the given table format in this formula. And again, what about this delta 1 and delta 2? So already I told you this delta 1 and delta 2 are the net displacements at the coordinate directions 1 and 2 respectively here. So whenever any settlement of the supports will be given in the question, for example, in this question itself, they will given at B it will be sinks by some 1000 by EI, or else at C it will be sinks by some 2000 by EI. So wherever they are given, for example, on both the places at B and C, it will be sinks by some 1000 by EI and some 2000 by EI. Directly they will given like that, means you take down this one will be the delta 1 and delta 2. But here in the question they are not given any sinking of the supports value. So therefore you won't take any value there. Okay. So therefore here this delta 1 and delta 2 values will be equal to 0. If they will mention delta 1 and delta 2 values means you can consider that values also. But whenever they will mention delta 1 and delta 2 values, you have to select the coordinate positions first at that positions only. But in the general continuous beam, you can select anywhere your coordinate positions. But whenever sinking of the supports is given means you must select coordinate positions at that particular points only. Then only it is very easy to simplify the problem based on the unit load basis. So I told all the formulas P1L, P2L, P11, P12, P21, P22. Then I will show how to apply the formulas here itself. So while talking about the delta 1L. So what I told you, so this delta 1L will be equal to integral of 0 to L capital M small m1 by EI into dx. See here, this is M, this value will be M and this one will be M1. So there will be in the formats of so many portions AD, DB, BE, EC. So I am adding individually first these two portions, these two portions, these two portions, these two portions. Okay. So I am taking integral of 0 to L. So first I am writing the portion of AB. So I am taking AB portion. So here I am taking first AB portion, that is integral of 0 to L. What is L? Here while talking about the, so first I am talking about the first portion which is AD here. So delta 1L will be equal to integral of 0 to, so what is your limit? 0 to L is the particular length of that portion. So here your origin points and limit points will be 0 to 5. So I am taking, while talking about the AD position, 0 to 5. And what about this M? M value will be this one, 24x plus 12 into 10 plus x. 24x plus 12 into 10 plus x. Okay. Again this M1 means multiples of with M1 in the same portion, means minus 5 into minus 1 into 5 plus x. See here, minus 1 into 5 plus x, or else directly you can take down minus 5 minus x, okay, into dx by EA. So for that particular portion AD only. Again in the next step you have to consider another portion, that is talking about the dB. Here see here dB, again 0 to, what is the limits here? 0 to 5. In place of L, I am taking 5. So portion will be dB. Okay. So m into m1. What about this m? 12 into 5 plus x. So if you simplify directly, 12 5 times 60 plus 12x, it will be okay, no problem. Again, minus 1 into x, which is minus x into dx by ei. Again, what is your next step? Again, please consider the next portion, which is BE portion. So for BE portion, it will be 12 into x, the value will be 0 here. Therefore, 12 into 0, and again EC position will be 0. So I am taking here. For BE position, it will be 0. Similarly, for EC position also, it will be 0. Why? Because 12 into x into 0, 0 only, 0 into 0, 0. So you will get only two values for the delta 1 L. So you can simplify manually, means you will take more time. Therefore, so due to the advancement of the calculators, it will be simplified directly by using your scientific calculators only. So first simplify this portion, apply the limits 0 to 5 and simplify this portion in your calculators, and again this portion in your calculators individually. You will get some value here and also you will get some value here. So take down ei will be common for this one outside, and finally if you simplify by using your calculators directly, you will get the value of minus 9500 by ei. So this is your delta 1L value. If you simplify like this, you will get delta 1L will be equal to minus 9500 by ei. So no need to simplify manually even in the semester examinations also. So it will get directly by using your calculators. Okay. Then what about the next step? So in the same way, if you take delta 2L also, in the same way you take delta 2L. So delta 2L will be equal to 0 to L capital M M1 by ei into dx. What are the spans for AB? Similarly, place delta 0 to L M, sorry, this one will be delta to M M2 by ei into dx for span dB. Similarly, for span BE, similarly for span EC. So you take down in the same formula all these values. Delta 2 value will be equal to integral of 0 to 5. So our limits range will be 0 to 5. So 24 into x. So I am taking here 24 into x plus 12 into 10 plus x into m2. What is your m2 value? Minus 15 minus x. So I am taking directly here minus into 15 plus x dx by a. In the same way, I am talking about the portion, other portion, which is dB portion. 0 to 5 is your limit here. 12 into 5 plus x, 12 into 5 plus x, into 5 plus x, again into multiples of this one, minus 10 into minus 10 plus x into dx by a. Again remaining portions will be BE plus EC. So 0, this 12 into x, 0 to 5, this M1 capital M and this M2. 12 into x into minus 5 plus x, or else you can take down directly minus 5 minus x into dx by ei. Similarly, the remaining portions will be this one into this one. For this one will be BE portion. So this EC position will be 0 here. And simplify one by one directly, you will get a delta 2L value. So the delta 2L value will be here. After simplifying, I will get minus 25750 by EI. Okay, so the remaining flexibility matrices are also same. I will just give hint in what way you have to take down those values directly here itself. See here, while talking about the flexibility matrices, that one will be equal to P11. So 0 to L M1 by EI into dx. So again here this is in the form of the summation. You can add all the portions AD plus DB plus BE plus EC. So what are the AD position? 0 to 5. M1 means 5 plus x into 5 plus x, which is 5 plus x whole square. So here I am taking 1 by I common outside for all these things into dx. Plus what about db position? 0 to 5, which is the limit for the db. Again m1 means x into x square. Similarly this one and this one, it will be 0 plus 0. Again if you simplify this p11, directly you will get the value of p11 will be equal to 1000 by EI. So this P11 will be equal to 1000 by EI. In the same way, for example, if it will be P12 or P21. So in the same way, you take down this M1, M2 means 5 plus x into 15 plus x in the AB portion. Again, M1, M2 means x into 10 plus x. So minus into minus, it will be cancel. No need to take minus value. Again, while talking about these two, you will get a 0 only. But while solving the final force, which is P22, while solving this final force, which is P22, see here P22. So you will get same like as the previous P11. So that is 0 to L 15 plus x whole square. Similarly into dx, if you take down 1 by I common outside means for all the things, plus integral of 0 to 5 here. In place of L you take down 5. Again 10 plus x whole square. Again for the remaining portion, for this portion 0 to 5 plus x whole square into dx plus 0 to L. I am just giving hint here. For this portion it will be x square dx by EI. So I am taking EI common outside. So M1 means you take down this one 5 plus x whole square in the AB portion, x square in the BE portion, DE portion, like that. M1 M2 means you please multiply in the AB portion these two, in the DB portion these two, in the remaining portions, that is BE and EC, these two you can multiply. So like that it will be very easy and simple to solve by using your scientific calculators. So if you take down like that means, so I will given the values directly. So your obtained value for P11 will be equal to 1000 by EI. You please note down all these values and simplify by your own and check whether you will get the same values or not. Your P12 will be equal to your P12 or P21 will be equal to 2500 by EI, and again your P22 will be equal to 8000 by EI. Okay, sorry, here the values will be 1000 by 3 EI, not 1000 by EI directly. So please take down the values correctly. 2500 by 3 EI. P22 will be 8000 by 3 EI. So for the remaining two things, delta 1L and delta 2L. So the delta 1L will be equal to minus 9500 by EI. Similarly, delta 2L will be equal to minus 25750 by EI. Okay, all these are the values, so you please make it correct. And again go to the next step. See here, so this is your 2 by 2 matrices formula, F1 F2 P11 P12 P21 P22. So all the formulas here, so entire your 2 by 2 formula. So you just substitute the obtained values previously. See here, I am taking here unknown forces are F1 F2, and what about this P11 value? That value will be equal to 1000 by 3 EI. Similarly here you will get 2500 by EI. Similarly you will get here 2500 by EI, which is this P21. Again what about this P22? That one will be equal to 8000 by EI, so which is in the format of inverse. Again this delta 1 and delta 2. So I already told you, if sinking of the supports at that particular coordinates is not there in the given question, you take down both as 0. So I will solve one problem based on that also, and I will give explanation on that. You will get a clear idea based on that. And again minus here, what about the delta 1L? Delta 1L will be minus 9500 by EI. Again this one will be minus 25750 by EI. So this is the matrices after taking the values. So if you simplify directly in the matrix form, directly you will get F1 and F2 values. If you simplify this entire matrix in your calculators directly, you will get the values F1 and F2, which is F1 will be equal to 19.93 and F2 will be equal to 3.43. So if you simplify this value directly by using your calculators, so you will get the values F1 and F2, that one will be equal to 19.93 and 3.43. So after obtaining these forces F1 and F2, you please draw the bending moment diagram. So it will be very easy to draw the bending moment diagram. I will show you that also. See here, based on the given question, you have to draw the bending moment diagram. So this is your given question. So your obtained F1 and F2 values will be, so your obtained F1 and F2 values will be, one will be 19.93 at first coordinate position, another will be 3.43. Okay. See here, I will draw BMD as it is in the bottom line. So after obtaining the forces, if you want to know the moments, you please solve directly. So I am taking the reference lines. So all these are the reference lines. Okay, this is the position A, and this one will be B, and this one will be C. Similarly, these 2 points are the midpoints, which is considered as D and E. Okay, so first I am coming from the C position. So bending moment at C. So already we people know at C always you will get at the simply supported end bending moment will be equal to 0. Okay, then I am talking up to the span E. So up to the span E I am resolving this force 3.43 into up to the distance. So bending moment to the point E, that one will be equal to, so upwards I am taking positive, downwards I am taking negative. So therefore 3.43 into this 5. So if you simplify, how much you will get? 3.43 into 5. So you will get 17.15. 17.15. Again, bending moment at point B. So upward positive I am taking 3.43. So I am resolving up to this force into up to this distance 3.43 into 10. Again there will be downward loads acting up to the point B, which is 12 into 5. For downwards I am taking negative 12 into 5. So if you simplify this one will be 60 in minus 3.43 into 10, which is 34.3. So minus 60 into minus 60 plus 34.3. So how much you will get? So directly you will get minus 25.8. Minus 25.8. Again simplify bending moment at point this D. So I am taking all the upward moments. This is 3.43 up to the distance. 3.43 into the distance will be 15. Again, what are the upward forces acting here? This 19.3. Again, or else you can take down next portion, which is 12 into 10. So downwards I am taking negative 12 into 10. Again, there will be one more force, which is this force 19.93 into 5. So acting upwards, taking positive 19.93 into 5. So if you simplify this one, so how you get 3.43 into 15, again minus 12 into 10 plus 19.93 or 92 into 5. So totally you will get after simplifying 30.9 kilonewton, or so all the forces is in kilonewton only, no need to mention that one also, directly simplify that one. So 31 or 30.9 kilonewtons, and bending moment up to the point A. So bending moment at point A. Again I am resolving up to this moment here. Force means force into distance is the moment. 3.43 into up to A, it will be 20 distance. So again next one will be this 12 into up to A 5, 15. 12 into 15. Again this upward force 19.93 into 10. 19.93 into 10. Again this downward force 24 minus 5 means minus 24 into 5. If you simplify all the values, directly you will get minus 32.4 kilonewton. So all these are the obtained values after simplifying. So step by step you add all these values. So bending moment at particular joint C will be 0. Okay, here it will be 0 only. And what about bending moment at B? So up to the point bending moment at E. So I am talking about the next point E, bending moment at point E. So therefore bending moment at point E will be 17.5 kilonewtons. So always remember I am taking upward side positive and downward side negative. So here at bending moment at C will be equal to 0, and at B it will be 17.15. So somewhere, so some scale. So I am drawing up to here, taken from here to here. Okay, and again talking about B, bending moment at B will be equal to minus 25.8. So upward side positive, downward side negative. So, negative direction up to 25.8. Somewhere I am taking in the scale. See here, this is the bottom line which is 0, above 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, some scale, up to some scale, this will be some 17.15 and up to some downward scale it will be some 25.8. And again we are at B position, and again bending moment at D will be equal to plus 13.9. So 13.9 means somewhere here, which is higher than this 17 value, somewhere here. So if I am taking and adding these two. So what I am telling, this is the 0 position, above it will be positive, below it will be negative. So 0, 1, 2 like that, some 25th scale it will be here and 30th scale it will be here at position D. And again what about bending moment at A? So it will be 32.4, somewhere which is lower than this one. Okay, I am taking bottom. So which is 32.4 here. So this value will be 32.4. So if you want, you please write down here itself directly. So here bending moment will be 0 and here it will be 17.15 and here it will be some 25.8 and here it will be 30.9 and here it will be 32.5, and whatever the value obtained here, you please add the value at up to the A. Why? Because if you calculate movement at A also, you will get the 30.4 value only. Okay, so this is the bending moment values and diagram for the particular obtained forces based on the flexibility matrix method. So after obtaining all these things, so you please go for the check whether your bending moment at A will be 32.4 or not. For that one, I will show you one checkpoint and a simple procedure. See here, I am resolving entire forces up to C. Before going to resolve that one, calculate reactions at the supports. So I want to find the reactions at A. So I want to find the reaction at A. So if you want to find the reaction at A, what we have to do means, so upward reactions minus downward loads. So RA plus RB. So sigma V will be equal to 0. Sum of the vertical loads on the spans. RA plus RB plus RC will be equal to downward loads which is acting means 24 plus 12 kilonewtons. Already you people know what about RB. This will be unknown force which is 19.93 and this one will be 3.43. If you send both these values this side and simplify, you will get RA value directly. 36 minus 19.93 minus 3.43. So your RA value will be in terms of, so maybe there is a chance of getting 12.66 kilonewton. So here your RA value will be equal to 12.66 kilonewton. Again, after that I am going for check reference value. Okay. Check. So that is sigma MC will be equal to 0. I am resolving entire forces up to that particular point. See here. Force into distance. So clockwise positive, anti-clockwise negative towards the RA into the distance means 12.66 into the distance will be 20. So that is 12.66 into 20. Again, what are the clockwise forces acting here? This one plus 19.93 into the distance which is 10. Again plus 3 point, so there is up to, so this force at that particular section will be 0, so therefore no need to take down that value. And again see here, again I am taking negative values, which is anti-clockwise values. This force 24 into 15, again this force 12 into minus 12 into 5. So here I want to find the moment at particular joint A. So here I am assuming just anti-clockwise moment. Okay, so minus m, that one will be equal to 0, then you will get value directly, or else take down that one will be equal to m at A. Okay, so if you simplify this all these values, so 24 into 15 minus 12 into 5, it will be 60. Again 24 into 5, 15, again 19.93 into 10, again 12.66 into 20, then definitely you will get the value which is 32.4. If you want, you please simplify all these values, then directly you will get the value which is bending moment at A. So this is the procedure for finding moments and drawing the bending moment diagrams, whatever the obtained values based on the flexible matrix method.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you really like this video, please like this video, share it to your friends and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.